A major uprising is unfolding in Belarus. For the first time in decades, soldiers are refusing orders, laying down their weapons and joining civilians in the streets. The revolt began near the Ukrainian border, when units ordered to suppress protests instead sided with demonstrators demanding President Alexander Lukashenko's resignation. What started as isolated defiance has spread rapidly. Entire battalions have joined the people. Air Force pilots, younger officers and local garrisons now openly reject government control. Rebel groups appear organized, using encrypted communications, drones for reconnaissance, and building defensive positions across key cities. Lukashenko's government has deployed special forces and loyalist troops in a desperate attempt to retake control, but with limited success. Reports confirm abandoned offices, fleeing officials and critical infrastructure failures across the country. Power blackouts, disrupted communications and increasing violence are raising fears of a wider civil conflict. Despite repression, the uprising grows in size and momentum. State media continues to insist all is under control. But on the streets, reality tells another story. This is not a spontaneous revolt. Opposition networks, crushed in 2020, are re-emerging, calling for a transitional government and free elections. Neighboring countries are sealing borders and evacuating diplomats. The region braces for what could become Europe's next major geopolitical crisis. Russia's hand in this crisis runs deep. Just weeks before the rebellion, Moscow and Minsk conducted massive military exercises, Zapad 2025, placing thousands of Russian troops and weapons inside Belarus. Now, as Belarusian forces defect, Moscow faces a dilemma: intervene to save its ally, or risk losing a key buffer state. Russian officials are threatening action if the regime collapses or foreign interference is detected. So far, no large-scale Russian intervention is confirmed, but special forces and advisors remain active in Minsk. For now, Moscow walks a fine line, offering rhetorical support, maintaining an embedded security presence, and running a powerful information campaign to frame the uprising as a Western-backed coup. But on the ground, the Belarusian people are clear: they reject Russian interference and demand sovereignty. Anti-Russian sentiment runs high. Protesters chant for independence, for democracy, and for an end to Moscow's control over their nation's future. Despite harsh repression, the spirit of resistance endures, from the cyber activists of the Cyber Partisans, to defected officers in BYPOL, and citizen observers in the Belarusian Hrodna project. Each of them plays a vital role, hacking, sabotaging and informing to keep the fight for Belarusian freedom alive. Belarus has seen this struggle before. From the 1794 Kosciuszko uprising to the 1863 insurgents against Russian rule, its people have risen time and again for freedom. Today's uprising bridges the past and the digital age, where militias have become hackers, and the battlefield is as much online as it is in the streets. The future of Belarus now hangs in the balance. Will this be the end of Europe's last dictatorship, or the beginning of something even more dangerous? As Moscow watches, the world waits. For Belarus, the next few days may decide not only who governs, but whether it remains free. This is the most dramatic crisis in Belarus since 2020, and perhaps the turning point of its history.